This is how you choose the best alternative treadmill for your gym. I'm Kayvon, founder of Bells of Steel, and today I'm going to go over our three main alternative treadmills. So what do I mean alternative? So we like to do things a little bit different here at Bells of Steel, and so rather than just selling your run-of-the-mill, motorized treadmills that have been around for decades, we tried to go a little bit different of a route, and we've ended up with these three treadmills in our lineup. So you got the Blitz Mountain Climber, the Dreadmill, and the Wooden Residential Manual Treadmill. And so I'm going to break down each one and what the specific use case scenario is for each one and which one would fit you best. So let's get into it. First, I'm going to start with the Blitz Mountain Climber. So I am here in Calgary, in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, where hiking is a big part of the culture. And unfortunately for us though, 7-8 months of the year, it's looking like this outside. Lots of snow, lots of ice, pretty cold, and it's hard to hike, of course. I mean, there are some that do it. There's some ice climbers here. There's some people who brave the wilderness, but I certainly don't. And so in order to, maybe if you're an avid hiker, this is like a perfect fit, because this is, it is a motorized treadmill, but it goes up to a 50-degree incline and up to 8 kilometers an hour. And so it's this super steep incline and kind of a smaller footprint because of that incline. The pad itself needs to be able to go super steep without hitting the floor there. And then the other big use case scenario for the Blitz Mountain Climber is incline walking is like a classic bodybuilder prep cardio, because it is so good for shredding fat. It's like low impact, and I don't know how much scientific data on this there is, but you read a lot of the old bodybuilding magazines, like incline walking, great for shredding fat and preserving muscle. It's not going to help when you're doing long incline walking bouts. It's not going to eat up those muscles. Is kind of the argument in it. So a lot of bodybuilders, they like that high incline walk. And so yeah, like I said, it is motorized, so you do need to be able to plug it in. And I've got it on the full 50 here, so I'm just going to hop on, give you a quick demo here. So this one is like more of your classic, motorized treadmill in that sense, but you got that 50-degree incline. It does have incline and speed controls on the handle, heart rate monitor, and it is Bluetooth enabled as well, the monitor, the monitor, and then you can fit an iPad or your phone up here, so you can climb for a long time and watch your favorite, watch a little bit of, I don't know, Bridgerton or whatever's hot these days. So yeah, that is the mountain climber. One thing I forgot to mention is, like I mentioned, it is a motorized, so it does come with that emergency clip on it, so keep you safe, automatically stop the unit if it's pulled off. And pretty standard amongst motorized treadmills. Next, I'm going to take you through the Dreadmill. So this is my personal favorite, something I worked on for quite a while. And this is quite a different use case scenario. So my original intention behind the Dreadmill, so first off, what is it? It is a magnetic flywheel resistance treadmill. So what does that mean? Well, okay, this one over here is motorized, and this one over here is a curve. So the motor moves the belt on here, and on this one, it's kind of like an engineering feat. Like the curve of it is kind of what keeps the track going and you moving. Whereas on the Dreadmill, it's you personally that really has to push to move it. So you can see I'll hop on here, and it's got different resistance settings. I'll pop it on the max. And so this belt really isn't going to move much. It is on its highest incline right now, so it does have a little bit of adjustability, but it's not really going to move much without you really like pushing on it, especially at that high resistance level. And with that, it also has a sled-push pad. So this is great for training. I mean, it's great for general physical preparedness, GPP. So if you're just trying to, if you lift a lot of weights and you want to get a bit of cardio in, but treadmills are boring, you can hop on here, you can do some sled pushes, put your shoulders in there, but also fantastic for like sports team. Like I'm an ex-rugby player, so I wish I had something like this back when I was playing rugby, especially in these Canadian winters. Again, we see comments on this all the time on social media being like, oh, just get outside and go carry a wheelbarrow around. Okay, well, you go get your wheelbarrow in the minus 40 Celsius wintertime and have fun out there. So sometimes that's not an option. So yeah, it's got the sled push pads on it, and it's also got these farmer carry handle arms on it as well. And what these can do is you can load up to 75 kilos or 155 pounds each side, and then 150 kilos, 330 pounds is the max body weight in the middle. So you can do really heavy farmer walk carries on here while you're using it. I'm just a little bit stuck on the other side because it's close to the mountain climber, but yeah. So you have that weight on there and you walk with it, and doing a farmer's carry, which is carries and pushes, such an excellent form of cardio, again, especially for athletic development. And then as far as space goes, so this one, the mountain climber has like a pretty small footprint because that pad needs to be able to go on such an incline. But this one is a little bit longer, and even maybe a little bit longer than the residential manual treadmill or the wooden treadmill, but it folds. So it can fold up, and then here you can see the incline settings as well, just a small incline settings, and then you can attach bands as well, do band resistance walking or sled pushing or whatever you have. So these are available on our website as well. But what an interesting part of this too is when you fold it up, this frees these up to actually work as like lever arms, so makeshift lever arms. So if you're buying a treadmill as your sole piece of workout equipment, this is a really great feature because maybe you don't have the space or the desire to buy a rack, a power rack, and a piece of cardio. There's still a lot of people out there that only want to do cardio. They think cardio is the way to go, no weights. And I don't agree with that, but if you're going to do that, this is the one that you're going to go with, right? Because it's more resistance based, so you're going to get a bit of better of both worlds. And then, yeah, you have these options. So these have little J-cups on them, and you can actually use this. You can adjust the J-cups to whatever position you want. I'm going to take them right off. And you can use the arms to do actual resistance training. So you could do a row with them. You could even pull a bench in and do bench press. You can do, you can grab both handles, take the J-cups out, and you can do lunges. You can do Romanian deadlifts. You can do a whole suite of exercises with these lever arms. And so that's like a really unique feature as well. Something that I don't think anyone else on the market has, so it's kind of unique to Bells of Steel. And then there's one other point that I want to make about this. Oh, so on top of it, it is folding, and it's got that controlled letdown. It's just a safety feature. But although I like push this more towards, or popular amongst like strength and conditioning facilities and people who are maybe more into like powerlifting and strongman who are trying to, get some conditioning in, but their main focus is strength. I was talking to my wife about these different treadmill options, and my wife is a physiotherapist, and she really likes this one because if you are doing rehab with somebody, right, you don't really want them on a motorized treadmill if they have like a severe knee problem, or maybe they have they can't walk right? They can't walk for a long time, or they easily trip, or whatever damage they have on their legs. This one's kind of tricky because it's got that emergency stop that'll stop you right away, but sometimes that emergency stop won't activate until you're kind of like falling, right? And on the curve one, like I was mentioning earlier, it's kind of the engineering on the curve that makes it go. So it's kind of fast, right, to start off. Whereas the Dreadmill, if you have a client that you're rehabbing, it's got a nice frame around it for like really good steady holding, right? It's fully kind of enclosed. And again, it's the client that has to push on it, right? So if I was a client and I was to have, you know, a fall or whatever, I can't hold myself anymore, the pad isn't really moving much, right? It is, you have to push on it to really get it moving. And so I think it's actually a great tool that I'm hoping I'll see in more, you know, physiotherapy and rehab facilities in the future. So we'll see. So again, where I would choose between these two, this one, yeah, if you are training for strongman or powerlifting, and you need some GPP, or you have a strength and conditioning facility, you're training a lot of athletes, or, you know, if you are rehabbing people, or like I mentioned, it's the only piece you're going to have in your house and you need strength and conditioning in one, go for a Dreadmill. If you love hiking in the Rocky Mountains or you're a bodybuilder, you want to lean out, you get this one over here, the Blitz Mountain Climber instead. And finally, I'll go over the curved treadmill. So this one is the most popular of the three. And these kind of curved treadmills have been around for a while now. And again, like the Dreadmill, it doesn't need to be plugged in. It can be put in any room. Of course, like any treadmill, you are supposed to have a certain amount of distance on either side and off the back, just for safety purposes. But technically, you know, it doesn't need to be plugged in. There's no power. You're generating all the power. And people love these. Who's going to love this the most? I mean, my business partner is the one who personally picked this out. He's an avid runner, or was, not as much these days, but he was a competitive cross-country athlete, competitive track athlete, and this was his pick for kind of that longer distance, jog, higher pace jog. I wouldn't say for full-out sprints it's ideal. Let me do a quick rip on it so you can kind of see what it looks like. So, not as fast as I once was, but yeah. One of the reasons I think that we don't advertise as much that you should do sprints on it is just the length of it. And yeah, it's more like a high-paced jog we recommend it for. But yeah, this whole tread is like, it's on bearings, so very little maintenance, and a great alternative to running outside. If you're preparing for a marathon or, you know, whatever, a lot of running, 5K, this is the one, right? This is the one that you're going to, in my opinion, you're going to want to go over your classic treadmill too, your motorized treadmill, because on this one you're driving the belt, right? So you're engaging, your muscles are engaging to drive that belt and make you go, you know, more similar to being on a road as opposed to a motorized treadmill where the motor's doing all the work. You're just kind of moving your legs, right? But yeah, again, it is our most popular model out of these three. This one's my personal favorite, followed by this one. This one's my business partner's favorite, who's, like I said, active, former competitive runner. So yeah, again, to break it down between the three of them, if you're going to pick an alternative treadmill, you got to go with this. If you're a runner, you're prepping for a 5K, you're a marathoner, whatever, you're going to go with something like this. If you are into strength and conditioning, you're coaching athletes, you only are getting one piece, you know, strength, and you're not going to buy a power rack, you're just going to get one. You're going to want to get one of these, a Dreadmill. And, you know, if you're an avid hiker or you're a bodybuilder, you're prepping for a show or a bikini show or whatever, and you spend a lot of time on that high incline, fat burning position, you're going to go with a mountain climber. And yeah, that's my full rundown of the three. If you want to buy any of these, you can click the link below in the description and go to Bells of Steel and check out there and let the gains begin. I'm Kayvon, founder of Bells of Steel. I hope you love that video. And if you want to check out any more of our products or follow us on social media, click the links below in the description and let the gains begin.